The 7 Stages of Success. A Kikuyu wisdom story. Muti urea uragian duthrurukijo. The tree that will grow cannot be stopped. Stage 1, Kuriria, the dream. You see the vision. Wanjiru sat by her grandmother's fire in Nairi, sharing her dream. I want to train youth in technology and help them find jobs. Her grandmother smiled. When you close your eyes, do you see it? Yes, Chuchu. I see it so clearly. Then you've already begun. But the journey has 7 stages. This is only the first. That night, Wanjiru wrote everything in her notebook. The training center, the youth she'd help, the change she'd create. Her hands trembled with excitement. Lesson. Dreams that keep you awake at night are worth chasing. Stage 2, Karutawaira, the work. You start despite fear. Morning came. Reality hit hard. Wanjiru had 5,000 shillings saved. She needed 500,000 to start. Her phone was old. Her laptop borrowed. She had never run a business before. But she remembered her grandmother's words and made one decision. Start anyway. She created a simple flyer on her phone. Posted it in the village. Free computer training, every Saturday. Her hands shook as she pressed send. 3 people showed up the first Saturday. They met under a tree. She taught them using her borrowed laptop, sharing everything she knew about Microsoft Word and Excel. Her friends laughed. Training under a tree? You call this a business? She kept going. Every Saturday. Rain or shine. Lesson. Start with what you have where you are. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Stage 3. Kahingirwo, the opposition. People doubt you. By month 3, word spread. But not the way she hoped. Wanjiru thinks she's Bill Gates. People mocked at the market. Her uncle confronted her. You're wasting time. Get a real job. Stop embarrassing the family. Even her best friend said, be realistic. You have no degree, no money. This won't work. The worst part, she started believing them. Doubt crept in like morning mist, cold, suffocating everywhere. One evening, she walked to her grandmother's house, ready to quit. Chuchu, everyone says I'm foolish. The old woman stirred her tea slowly. Mwari wakwa, do you know why crabs in a bucket pull each other down? Why Chuchu? Because they can't imagine one of them escaping. Your success reminds them of their fears. She looked directly at Wanjiru. The question is, will you let their fear stop your destiny? Wanjiru returned to her tree the next Saturday. This time, 7 people showed up. Lesson. Opposition is proof you're doing something worth stopping. Stage 4. Kujia NDA, the patience. Nothing seems to move. Months passed. The work continued, but nothing changed. Still teaching under the tree. Still borrowing the laptop. Still broke. Her savings were now at 2,000 shillings, lower than when she started. Applications for funding? Rejected. All 12 of them. Partnership requests? Ignored. This was the hardest stage. Not the dramatic opposition, but the silent, grinding patience. Waking up every day to do the same thing with no visible results. She wanted to scream. When will something happen? Her students stayed. Now 15 of them, but none had found jobs yet. Was she just wasting their time too? One Saturday, it rained so hard everyone stayed home. Except one student, Kamau. Teacher Wanjiru, you didn't cancel, so I came. They sat under her grandmother's veranda, just the 2 of them, working on Excel formulas while rain poured. Why do you keep teaching us? Kamau asked. You get nothing from this. Because I believe something is growing that we can't see yet. Like seeds underground. She didn't know if she believed her own words anymore. But she said them anyway. Lesson. Success grows in the dark before it appears in the light. Stage 5, Karora Uthri, hope returns. Small signs appear. Month 8. A small miracle. Kamau, the student who showed up in the rain, got a job. Data entry clerk. His first formal job ever. He came to class that Saturday, waving his employment letter like a flag. Teacher, it worked. The Excel skills you taught me, they tested me, and I passed. The other students erupted in celebration. Wanjiru cried. It was small. One job. But it was proof. The dream was real. 2 weeks later, another student got hired. Then another. A local cyber cafe owner approached her. I hear you're training youth. Can you train my staff? I'll pay you 15,000 shillings. Her first income. 8 months later, but it came. The tree was still small, but it had broken through the soil. People could finally see it. Lesson. The breakthrough starts small. Don't despise the day of small beginnings. Stage 6, Gusiarwo, the birth. Breakthrough happens. Everything shifted in month 10. A local NGO heard about her work. They visited on a Saturday, expecting a formal training center. Instead, they found 25 youth sitting under a tree, intensely focused on one borrowed laptop. The program officer was shocked. "You're doing all this, under a tree?" "Yes," Wanjiru said simply. "Until we can afford walls." 2 weeks later, the call came. "We want to partner with you. We'll provide 5 laptops, rent a space for 6 months, and pay you to train 50 youth." Wanjiru stood in her grandmother's compound, phone in hand, tears streaming down her face. "Choo-choo. It's happening. It's really happening." Her grandmother, now preparing dinner, didn't seem surprised. "Of course it is. I told you, the tree that will grow cannot be stopped. You were just waiting for your season." The training center opened in a small rented room. 5 computers. 30 students in the first cohort. Wanjiru, once mocked under the tree, now had a registered business, a partner, and a salary. The birth was painful, long uncertain. But when it came suddenly. Lesson: years of preparation meet one moment of opportunity. Be ready. Stage 7, Kikuyu, the multiplication. Success grows beyond you. 18 months after starting, Wanjiru's training center had trained 150 youth. 83 had found employment. But something unexpected happened. Her former students started their own small businesses. Kamau, the rain day student, started a computer repair shop. Others became freelancers, virtual assistants, social media managers. They didn't need Wanjiru anymore. They were creating their own paths. One day, a young girl approached her after class. "Teacher, I have a dream. I want to start a baking business and teach women in my village. But I'm scared. I have no money. People say I'm foolish." Wanjiru smiled. She'd heard those exact words before. "When you close your eyes, do you see it?" "Yes, teacher." "So clearly. Then you've already begun." Wanjiru sat her down. "But the journey has 7 stages." And there, under the same evening sky her grandmother once sat under, Wanjiru passed on the wisdom. The cycle continued. Her success was no longer about her. It had multiplied into others. Her grandmother's seed had become a forest. Lesson: true success is measured by how many people grow because of you. Summary: Keycap 1 KRRA, dream when no one believes. Keycap 2 Kruta WRA, start before you're ready. Keycap 3 K Chenjrwo, endure when they doubt. Keycap 4 Ka NDA, persist when nothing moves. Keycap 5 Krora Theri, celebrate small wins. Keycap 6 GCRWO, embrace the breakthrough. Keycap 7 GCKRA, multiply beyond yourself. Kikuyu wisdom. Thina Wariu and I bata Warusiu. Today's struggle is tomorrow's strength. Mundu Uria Utetagadram Buran Dajiaga Irio. The one who doesn't fear the rain never lacks food. Magunda Uria Utarimitwon Dishiaraga. The garden that is not cultivated does not produce.